So right now, with the landscape being what it is, as far as the tech evolving, and it's allowing players to have their own mediums, basically becoming their own media networks in a way. It gives us supporters of the NBA and just watchers and lovers of it a brand new angle coming directly from the players. There's no more middleman. So Lemon Pepper Lou, aka Lou Williams, had did a sit down in which he spoke about players going broke only after a few years of retirement. Now, being financially savvy is not a thing many of us are taught, especially through the school system and even the higher ends of the educational system. Money is really never taught. And for a lot of people, because they don't come from a background generational wise that come from money, when someone in the family does tend to get money, they sort of get tricked into paying bills. This tends to happen for a lot of people that become the main breadwinners for their family. They eventually get cornered to being in a position where they're balling out on bills. But Lemon Pepper Lou touched base on this. You guys check it out, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
But that's how athletes go broke. A lot of people think it's like you just got a reckless spending habit. Yeah. It ain't that we got reckless spending habits. We just got crazy overhead, and once the checks stop, it gets completely different. If you got $40,000, $50,000 in bills a month,
right?
But you making $500,000 every 2 weeks, that shit is
That's right up.
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket.
And that $500,000, they're not even taking taxes out. That's how a lot of players get trapped. That $500,000, like 40 to almost 50% of that, depending on what state you in, already goes to the government. You're supposed to put that aside.
Life and the NBA players, what's the average?
4 years.
4 years. Wow.
4 years. 4 years is the average lifespan of an NBA career. And it take us 5 years after that to go broke. And have to figure it out, the majority of us.
Damn.
But it's overhead, bro. It's overhead, it's bad investments, it's bad management. And that's another way you go broke. Investing into some shit you know ain't gonna work. That's another one of our problems.
And they say the top ones is restaurants, car washes.
Yeah, cause listen, it takes me to be 37 and retired to understand that you never invest in anything that you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Exactly.
It's like, why would you invest in a restaurant? You ain't never waited tables. You don't know nothing about nothing.
Right.
Your management probably has never worked in food and beverage.
Nope.
It takes so much. Like, bro, we invest in so much shit because it sound good and we fans of it and we like it. Like I told you the last time we spoke, I invested in the water company. I don't know shit about water. You know what I thought? I'm like, everybody drinks water. This gotta be a great idea. Like,
don't laugh at me, but I'm about to invest in something similar.
You finna buy you one of them spritzers, ain't you? Spritzers is popular right now. Everybody getting robbed out of spritzer money.
No, not spritzers, but I got an opportunity.
Yo, Lemon Pepper Lou's giving it up, boy.
I'm not gonna talk about it yet.
You should talk about it, because so I can make fun of it. Tell you don't do the shit. What is it?
Gas station.
You bow by.
It's not 100%. That's the only reason why.
You do know we going fully electric.
I know that.
2035.
And it's the thing. They told me, they said in the next 7 years you're still going to be profitable, like crazy. Still.
How?
After the 7 years, though, he said shit gonna get tight. That's why he said.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
See, that's why we shouldn't invest in shit we don't know nothing about.
True.
Because you saying he telling you in 7 years you still gonna be profitable. You're 70% to the mark of extinction. You don't think that the market is everybody gonna start saying, well, let me kind of go this way.
He's not telling me 100%. He's not telling me 50%.
What kind of?
He said 20%.
Oh, shit. Don't worry about it. We got ghost already.
All right, we're not doing it. We're not. That's a sign. That's a sign. I'm not investing.
It definitely shouldn't do it. But depending on where you're from, you see all kinds of hustles. And just know, on the millionaire level, there's the same type of hustles. They just disguise them different. Maybe the person drives a nicer car, or maybe they're wearing a 3-piece suit. They got the right Louis Vuitton shoes, but they're running the same game on that level. Because just over the years of players speaking, it seems like they're always being asked to invest in this, 50 grand on that. There seems to be people running the same type of gas station. Oh, let's start a suit business or a t-shirt company. And like Lemon Pepper Lou said, the water hustle. Some of the players, depending on their background, where they come from, they've seen all types of gimmicks. But on the millionaire level, I don't think some of them realize the hustle is the same. It's just that the suit that they're wearing while they're explaining it to you is more expensive.
What kind of gas station, bro?
Gas station with a little mini market. He said you got to do gas station with a mini market because that's how you make extra money with the whole.
What's the? It's a brand name or y'all?
Brand,
just
it's a brand
y'all
name.
make
I'm not gonna
y'all
say the
own
brand name, but
gas?
it's a brand name. Far as the brand name is gonna give us money as well
Yeah.
too, because of the brand name, using the brand name.
How much does a gas station cost?
I gotta go to all my paperwork and all that.
See, you shouldn't do this shit. You
What?
supposed
Facts. Yo, it's crazy how these guys get into this. They tend to come at these athletes or celebrities in almost a group. They'll say like, hey, we got 4 or 5 people pooling their money. The person would ask for 20 grand from each person. But at the end of the day, these things never work out. They never tend to work out. I don't know why guys just keep going for this. They act like they're going to put a little 20,000 into something and it's going to generate millions. Never makes sense.
to be able to just
No,
answer
because my
these.
financial advisor doing all with
So
me.
that's all right. So that goes to my point. Like, think about, I came into the NBA, I was 17.
Right.
You just gotta trust that somebody telling you, yo,
True.
this is a good idea.
True.
You know what I'm saying? When a lot of times we probably gonna hire management that's just gonna
That's
be,
gonna take care of everything.
it's
That's
gonna
true.
just gonna be
That's
your
true.
local guy that watched you play since
Right,
you was a
right.
kid. He seems like a pretty cool businessman.
How much you need? I got you,
Yeah,
bro.
and we
Man, that's a whole economy right there. That is a whole fucking economy. Just taking advantage of what these guys don't know when they're getting their first couple millions.
put all his money in his hands to invest in shit that we've never ever understood or did any research or have any background in, and we throw tons of money. Like 250 grand is a ton of money. I don't care how
It
much
is.
money
No,
you
no,
make.
it is. But see, I only had to put that much. You know what I'm saying? He told me, look, I just want you to see how it is. I give you 20%
So,
off.
so that's what I'm saying. A motherfucker telling you, man, just throw 250 in there. Listen,
Make this call,
yo,
man.
hey,
I
listen.
don't want to do it.
Hey, listen. How much was your S600 you got? Oh, let me not tell you.
Hey, come on, man. What you
business.
doing, bro? What
it's
you doing,
crazy.
bro? What you doing?
Hypothetically speaking, if you had an S600 outside, how much do you think that S600 is?
How much I paid for that? It was like 110, I
We
think.
got a confirmation.
I
110.
think like 110.
Would you toss a motherfucker your keys to 2 of them?
Hell no.
So again, so it's language when these people talk to us about investing.
That's true.
250. Just throw 250 in there.
Right.
Like I done threw so many 250s at some shit
Right. That's
that
true.
I never got back.
You had more 250s than me, though. You had more 250s than me.
It's because I've thrown a lot of 250s at shit that didn't work.
Right.
Like to this date, I can't really even hang my hat on a real investment that I can really be proud of. I'll say that publicly.
Wow. That's crazy. This is someone that had over a 10-year career in the NBA. And not one of them, not one of those people that approached him, hey, throw some money into this, that he could say he's proud of that shit. I'm telling you, once again, that is a whole fucking economy that's around these players. Not only people trying to sell them suits, but people trying to hustle them into investing money into shit that will never, ever bear any fruit.
Vending
I
machines.
forgot about vending machines.
Until I realized, oh, I gotta stock these motherfuckers.
Yeah. No.
I gotta go to Sam's Club and
Yeah.
make sure.
I was getting them for my son. I said, yo, bro, I'm gonna get you like 5 vending machines. This is what you gotta do. I laid everything out to him because I knew somebody from Philly that does them. I laid it all out to him. So it looked like, that's too much work. I don't,
Yeah, it's like you
Bro,
the candy
you
lady.
17,
you the
bro.
candy
Like,
lady times 100. Like I don't want this job. I'm running around trapping flaming hot Cheetos all day, 35 cents a bag. I don't want this fucking gig, Dad.
and they tell you, and you gotta find places to put them. That's the hardest part.
But see,
of it. They
I
don't tell
feel
you that,
like
though.
it's a Ponzi scheme because you from Philly, I'm from Atlanta,
Right.
and people are telling us to invest in some of the same bullshit.
Same bullshit.
See? New hustles, man, different levels. On the millionaire levels, I think the players are finally coming to like, okay, we seen this shit in the streets when we was growing up, but damn, this shit, no matter what level you climb up to, they're running the same game. It's just wearing a different suit.
But So the average NBA player plays for 4 years, and then the following 5 years, they go broke.
Easy numbers game, bro.
Yeah.
Easy numbers game. I do it like this. You make $5 million, 2.5 of that gone. You got agent fees, probably another 50 of that gone. You got your dues. A lot of people don't know we got dues for the NBPA.
So
Yeah,
what?
you got dues. So everybody put their money in the pot. So you figure you got 450 NBA players. I think the dues is 15 to 20 grand a year. Everybody put it in the pot. That's how we able to get our health care and all of that type of
I
shit.
didn't know that.
And they also got to pay into escrow. Very underrated thing. They got to pay into that escrow in which the owners actually hold. And if the league doesn't hit a certain revenue point or too many teams took losses, the players actually don't get that money back. I believe last year, a lot of the players got the money back. I think Stephen Curry even made like $3 million off of that. But yeah, there's escrow tax. There's all kinds of fees these guys got to pay. But once again, in the media, you always see the number that gets advertised is the number before taxes. So off rip, just on the tax portion, before you even get to the agents, all these other extra fees, you got to take 50% off. But Lou's going to break it down right here. He's going to let you know how much does a player truly pay out in order to make $1 million.
Yeah, you got dues. Then you got your personal staff. So
Right.
I'm talking about
Everybody
just
got-
the staff
Yeah.
of
individual player.
financial
Yeah.
advisor is probably 1%. Agent at a high number is gonna get 4%.
Right.
But you can negotiate from 1 to 4.
Okay.
So before you look up, you probably at 1.5 million off of 5 with nothing. And these Benzes that we keep talking about in these mansions and shit, these girlfriends and these Chanel bags. Before you know it, you not a millionaire no more.
Right.
You a high thousandaire. On paper, you can tell a motherfucker, fuck you, I'm a millionaire.
Right.
In real life, a lot of that pie gone.
God.
A lot of that pie is gone, and they tricked you into just being, into just fucking paying bills. That's the trick. They have you just sitting there paying bills. You paying insurance on cars you don't even drive. You paying a house that gotta get maintenance on it, landscaping, all kinds of shit. You end up just being a baller on paying bills.
Yeah, so again, and we 17, 18-year-old kids, these are our first experiences. It's gonna take us, I don't care what you go to school for, it's gonna take you 5-6 years of that experience
Yeah, it is.
to even realize what's happening to you.
Right.
Facts. It takes most regular adults in regular jobs to hit their 30s and 40s to understand financially what they're supposed to be doing. Like, can you imagine an NBA player getting millions of dollars as a teenager? Once again, that's a whole fucking economy in itself. Just trying to hustle them out of their money.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was. Hey, listen, man. I had a week. I bought a Ferrari and a Lamborghini in the same week, and I rationalized it with my financial advisor, and he was like, "I can't legally tell you what to do with your money, but I don't think that's a good decision."
Right.
And I said, "It's cool. I'll make a bunch of this shit."
That's what you told him.
I did. But
Once again, Lemon Pepper Lou giving it up, boy. Damn. He just fucked off his money. Oh my God. That's crazy. In a week. Those 2 cars in a week, and as soon as he drove it off the lot, just the value he lost on those 2 cars alone. It's insane. And you know, on those checks, he didn't even pay taxes on it yet. Once again, the players are responsible for holding off their portion that they're supposed to pay the taxes. The league does not do that for them. And when you really think about it, it's kind of a double finesse. Like, the league has them sign these $1 million contracts, but they pay them weekly. So the league is actually building up interest on that money that they owe the players. They got all the NBA salaries lumped in a pot, and they're having these guys sign 5, 6, 7-year deals, while at the same time they give them their money week by week, and they're collecting interest on it. So there's money being made on top of the player's salary that's given out. And this is for the league as a whole.
I was young.
What year was
and,
this? What year? You remember?
Man, I had to be 24. I had to be 24, 25 years
So it was like
old.
the 6th or 7th season.
Yeah, see?
Damn.
Remember when I told you I don't remember a goddamn thing?
Yeah, you
But
did,
people
you did.
around me. So 2012.
That's considered the 4th wall right there. Remember we were talking earlier?
Yeah,
Like, what's the fourth wall?
Yeah,
That's the 4th wall with him.
paying this motherfucker to. But no, like you want to enjoy some of this stuff too,
Yeah, you
bro.
do,
Like
you do,
you want to
you do.
enjoy it, and so it's nobody sitting there giving you real numbers because it's coming in so fast. Money coming in so fast. That's just a contract. Like, you might have a shoe deal, you might have some endorsements, so you feel like this shit is gonna be forever. It was a culture shock to me the first week I didn't get a big check from being retired, where it was like,
I gotta figure this shit out.
Yeah, like life has begun. Like, I feel like my life really started when I retired, bro, because I never spent that much time at home. Never read. Listen, all my mail. My mom has a habit of coming to my house with a shoebox, taking all my mail, taking it to her house, coming back the next day like, boy, you got shit to pay. You don't look at your mail. I'm like, how I'm gonna look at my mail? You come get it every day. You've been doing this for 20 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my first time of really introducing myself to my real life.
And once again, on that $1 million level, a lot of these guys get tricked in to just becoming ballers of just paying bills.
Yeah.
Like, I had never spent weeks at a time in my own crib.
So is that another reason where they say a lot of when athletes retire, they get a divorce too? Because now they home so much.
Yeah.
And that home dynamic is definitely going to be different because the players can no longer hide behind a lot of those large checks, just giving their girls out money and just not being around. They really interact with their family in spurts.
You don't really know the woman you married. Yeah, like, I'm from Atlanta.
Right.
If I'm playing for the Clippers, she might move with me, but I'm on the road 3-4 nights a week. I only got to deal with her for 2 nights at a time.
And that's another mistake players do. Depending on where they get traded to, they end up buying a house in that city, not realizing, hey, the league has services set up to get players rentals. It doesn't make sense for them in every city that they go to buy a mansion. I never, ever understand that. Because at the end of the day, most of these guys, they live out in LA. Most of them.
You dig what I'm saying? I got to deal with her 2 nights at a time during the week. You know how we keep her happy? Keep sending her to the mall. That's how you keep her quiet. That's why it's okay. It's okay. I understand. It's a sacrifice. I'll stay home with the kids. Right. It's okay. You know why? Because she can shop in peace. Right. You ain't in her fucking ear. And you on the road doing whatever you doing. She ain't in your ear. Come home 2 days out that week. Play family. And then you retire and you got to deal with this shit 24/7. And you like, hold on, lady.
You're not going to roll over, play family. Not going to roll over, play family like that.
Yo, Lou really giving it up. He ain't lying, though. He ain't lying. They got to play family all of a sudden. They got to play citizen and play family. That is a culture shock to a lot of players. I seen Dwayne Wade said he need therapy after retirement. We see Melo going through it. A lot of these guys go through it when they first retire because their whole identity has always been surrounded as being that basketball player, and now they don't have their regular routine. It's just things change. A lot of dynamics change, and sometimes their women don't even look at them the same when they see that they have to dramatically reduce their lifestyle, even though their lifestyle is still very high end compared to most regular citizens. But the fact that you have to downgrade, a woman never takes that lightly. And we even seen the great Kobe Bean Bryant kind of go through the same thing. He started making a reappearance almost a few months before he passed away. He came right back into the fold because he had to develop a brand new relationship with basketball. He became sort of the wizard, the old man wizard with the Mamba Academy, and now he's teaching players. Same way he was teaching his daughter. He took on that new wizard character of basketball. You want to come to me for information on the game, on how to analyze the game, how to understand the game. So guys' relationship with the NBA definitely changed in retirement, and it also changes in that home life.
Oh, this is real shit. I said it. I said it. Play family. Play house.
Tough, man.
You playing house. You on your best behavior, because the moment that you walk out of that door, a lot of my good brothers are who they say they are. Real God-fearing family men, and some of us like to play. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, like me included, I say I'm first. So anybody saying I'm talking too much about it, I was one of them.
I was one of them.
I was a team captain. How about that? You know what I'm saying? But
And that's another aspect, that lifestyle, that NBA lifestyle, the cars, the women. Some players that had longevity in the league, they get accustomed to certain things. And like how Lemon Pepper Lou said, quote unquote, play family. You got to play the family man role. You got to ignore some of them hoes that are calling you out to come to Vegas, to come to Miami, to come to the boat parties. Those calls now, they can't get answered quite as quick because you're at home now. You're not on the road where your woman ain't checking your phone. She ain't really checking what you're doing. The lifestyle adjustment is definitely a culture shock.
That's the reality. So when you get to a place where, like I said, I was single, so I'm coming home with just my crib.
Yeah.
But
At one point you weren't single though. You had.
No, I had
multiples.
two separate cracks at having a family.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out. But
Right.
Yeah, now they're coming home. The children are crying. All kinds of shit going on around them. They got to hear the woman nagging. It's just a lot of these guys, man, they have two deaths. They have their real death whenever it comes, but they have their athletic death. The time when they have to retire from the league and actually pivot away from that NBA lifestyle. It's definitely a culture shock.
you come home and you got that scenario where you got a wife and let's say you don't even have kids involved. Or you got a long-time girlfriend. Y'all really got to get to know each other for real. Because he's used to spending time with you,
Then dipping.
getting the fuck out of here.
Right.
Spending time with you, getting the fuck out of here. So how you gonna keep her happy when yo keep her happy button is send her to the mall?
Right.
Damn. Woo. Lemon Pepper Lou giving it up, boy. I always wonder why certain players get married to women that they randomly meet when they're in the league. They just met them for a summer, had a good time, and now that's their wife. Most of these guys, if they didn't come into the league with a woman that they already knew from a young age when they didn't have anything, they kind of got to go the Derek Jeter route. They could have their fun while they're in the league, but marry that woman when you're around her 24/7 and you don't have to fly to 100 different places in a season. They actually get a better understanding if this woman fits into their life. But that's why we sometimes see the divorce rate so high for these guys outside of retirement, because those days of you just throwing a bag at her when you do some dumb shit and you just send her shopping, those days are over. Once again, you got to cut your lifestyle. You're not getting those $1 million checks again. So those little band-aids you throw at your woman, it's no longer working. And when your kids start getting on your nerves, you don't have to kind of push it to the side because you're about to fly out to an away game. You actually got to be there. A lot of these guys don't even understand their kids in full because they only really had the opportunity to be there with their children in spurts.
And that $500,000 check that you got last week, that ain't a $500,000 check this week. So this week you got to tell her, I could still send you to the mall, but like, oh, let me see.
Yeah, let me see, because our overhead is already high at that point. You see, by the time the players have to start cutting down their lifestyle, what's not going to be cut down is their overhead. You still have those 3 cribs that you own across the country. There's got to be maintenance on those homes, housekeepers, landscapers. You got all these luxury cars. You're not even driving, but you're paying high-ass insurance on. You still probably have agent fees that you still owe, or taxes you haven't paid because maybe when you first got into the league, you didn't know that you were supposed to save half of your check. Or even worse, sometimes these players get to borrow money from the bank. These are special kind of loans that celebrities and multi-millionaire, I would say entertainers on that level, they actually get different types of loans from the bank. Let's say if X player gets a 5-year contract for $120 million, the bank will actually qualify him for a loan to get that money up front, and he can guarantee that loan with the signing of his NBA contract. So a lot of players sometimes that are blowing through money, they get actually set up in these circumstances. And a lot of your favorite celebrities, they take out these type of loans, especially if they know they have 5 or 6 movies coming down the line. And hopefully one person that didn't get caught up in that mess was Jonathan Majors, as he had a ton of movie gigs lined up, and the banks will quickly run at someone like him to give him a lot of that money that he'll earn in the future up front, as long as they get small little interest payments on the end. Once again, most average citizens are used to either credit cards or small personal loans. But when you start getting on that $1 million entertainment level, or just you have more assets to kind of leverage towards getting loans, the banks kind of give you different type of paperwork. And a lot of these guys get caught up in it. So hopefully for Jonathan Majors, he didn't sign any of those type of deals and get a lot of money up front. Because before he got canceled, my man had money scheduled out the ass.
Let me see what else I got on the forecast before
Right.
we spend the money on that. And that's when a lot of those dynamics, what you're used to, and the life that y'all have been accustomed to having for years at a time. Like this is, you talk about a career worth of time, bro. If you're a 10-year vet, and let's add the kids in. Bring the kids into the scenario. Now the kids getting older. You don't want them to move every time you move. You might be at the tail end of your career where you're going to have a bunch of stops.
Right.
That's just how it go at the end of your career. Your ass just starts sliding all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a 9-year-old. You don't want that 9-year-old to not have a consistent home, consistent friends, build a sense of community, build a sense of herself, you know, be able to grow and become herself. So now you say, well, wifey, you stay at home. You stay where you are with the baby or with the babies or whatever. I'm gonna go out on the road. So now you spending months at a time without your family. So when you come home, man, y'all don't know who y'all are for longer than
Who that little nigga?
Yeah, for real, straight up. Because you know what it is? You get into your room, you check in, do your check-in phone call, go back to living your life. She go back to managing the house. So you know your wife for 5 minutes at a time, for real.
Wow.
So hell yeah, she leaving your ass when that shit, when the shit that keep a
don't-
smile on her
right,
face ain't there no more. That resource ain't there no more, and it get different.
So there you have it. That money can't be a mask anymore. But Lemon Pepper Lou definitely gave it up. Definitely put things into proper perspective on some of the dynamics that play out within players and their personal lives, as well as on the court. Just some of the dynamics financially that plays out within the organizations. But once that money runs out, the life that they lived, I mean, an NBA player could have a baby while he's in the league, and then by the time he gets out, that baby's like 10, 11 years old. All that time missed. There are consequences for that. And that money at first was a mask for it, but what happens when the mask is gone? So great to hear this perspective from Lou Will. And like I said, this is a very unique time and space where we can hear directly from the players, no more middleman, and guys could definitely get their shit off.